Well, dear students, I hope you all are fine. In previous classes, we have discussed about the special techniques of animal breeding, that is MOIT. We have discussed multiple ovulation, embryo transfer. It is also known as SOIT, that is super ovulation and embryo transfer. And after that, we have discussed a small technique by which we can separate the sperms that carries X chromosome for female production and that carries Y chromosome for male production. So here the chromosomes are being separated based on their gender, and only the required sperms, that is only for the production of cows. As far as milk production is concerned, dairy industry is concerned, we have seen that sperm sexing is done by using cytometer, by using cell separator cytometer under the microscope. So this is also we have seen in the previous session, and today's session we will be discussing about two small techniques, but very important. In fact, in your final exam, either the definition will be asked for 1 mark, or I believe that for 2 marks, its economic importance or advantages will be asked. So we will be discussing two things today. One is known as apiculture. Apiculture. What do you mean by apiculture? Means it is our Indian traditional old cottage industry where it has been traditionally done in our country. Our farmers used to collect honey and used to sell it, used as food, used as medicine, because honey is very good source of food also and very good source of medicine also. It is our old traditional cottage industry, honey, collection of honey, right? And preserving it, using as food, using it as a medicine. It is a very old practice in our country. Farmers are very much involved from the beginning in this. But here, if you do it the same thing by applying certain scientific methods, certain scientific techniques, by using these, by applying these, if the same practice is done, what we call as apiculture, it is nothing but, the definition is the practice of rearing and caring, the practice of rearing, caring and breeding of honeybees for the production of honey is what is known as apiculture. Nowadays it is being done in artificial way. You see honeycombs on the plants, on the trees, on rocks, on the buildings. You see honeycomb, right? Honey is a very good source of food and as well as medicine, and honeybee is a very important insect, right? Yeah, very economically important insect, because it has lots of economic importance also apart from honey. We'll talk about that. And the hive, the nest, what it builds is very scientific, right? Clear, and very aerodynamic, right? That it don't fall so easily from the trees if there is heavy rains or whatever it is. Even heavy rain splashes, the plants get uprooted, but the honeycomb will get attached to it. And on the buildings also, on the rocks also, you might have seen. We'll talk about that. So, and it is against gravity. This honeybee builds its nest against gravity, hanging, right? So we build our houses according to gravity, right? And also we learn the practice of apartments, construction of houses linear wise in apartments, one above the other. This vertical construction, this engineering, this technique has been obtained from honeybee, because they used to construct combs in a linear fashion, in a vertical fashion. So many civil engineering aspects are also involved in the honeybee if you observe the honeycomb, but our concern is to discuss about apiculture. The practice of rearing, caring and breeding of honeybees for the production of honey is what is known as apiculture. The farmers, the people, the businessmen who are involved in this practice are known as aparists, because when it is artificially done in a wooden box, that box is known as apiary. You might have seen nowadays certain companies are there. I don't want to take the names, but certain companies are there which make their own honey. It won't be as good as the natural honey. You might have notice the difference, but if not, do notice it. Natural honey is very thick, very heavy, and you get the smell of iron in that, metals in that, because it has minerals and metals. Whereas the artificial honey, what you are getting in bottles, ready bottles from the companies, having date, expiry date, well before these many months and all those things, right? All those things is from the apiary, artificially done. Artificially means honey bees are reared there, reared, and they are made to make honey. They are made to produce honey there. Such a wooden box, wooden chamber, like a fridge, right? Right? Wooden box, wooden chamber having certain racks, right? Which has mesh work, so that honeys can come and collect their nectar and can collect the honey and make the honey, right? You all know how the honey bee makes honey, means to say that it collects by nectar, the nectar which is there in plants, in the trees, in the flowers, right? So they collect that nectar, they swallow it, partial digestion takes place, the harmful products, the poisonous products, the harmful chemicals which are there in the nectar, the sour in taste nectar, pollen grains, right? All that mixes with the honey, they ingest that, they swallow that, and that undergoes biochemical reaction in the stomach. And after that, when it is being concentrated, purified, harmful compounds are relieved, toxic compounds are relieved, are removed from the honey, then it comes as a vomit. So honey is nothing but the vomit of honeybee, right? It's a very good source of food, and as well as medicine, because it has many nutrients. We'll discuss about the composition. So in our country, there are 4 different breeds of insects are used, honeybees are used. You all know that honeybee is an insect which belongs to class Insecta and phylum Arthropoda. In the previous class, in the previous year, you have studied about this. It belongs to our Hymenoptera, right? Hexapoda, suborder, all those things, right? So here we use 4 breeds of honey, 4 breeds of honeybees, 4 breeds of honeybees. Okay? Understand? So among these 4, 3 are indigenous. What do you mean by indigenous? It means, it refers to that they are of our native. They belong to India. They are the native of India. Such breeds, whether they are poultry or cattle or livestock or insects, we call them as indigenous breeds. Among them 3 are there, and one breed, one honeybee is known as exotic. Exotic refers to foreign, or which is not the native of India. So among these 3 breeds, right? 3 breeds. One is known as Apis dorsata. Apis dorsata. In your first year, you would have studied Apis, right? It's a genus, right? Apis dorsata is commonly known as rock bee. It is the largest bee also. Why we call it as a rock bee? Because it builds its nest, its hive, its comb on the rocks, mountains, or on the buildings, right? Under the sharjas, right? In the buildings. That's why this bee is referred as rock bee, right? Rock bee, clear? Apis dorsata. And it is the largest bee also. The largest bee. Then the other is known as Apis florea. It is known as the smallest bee. Right? It builds very small combs. You might have seen in certain bushes. Honeybees are keep coming and going out, very small, right? Very tasty, very small, less quantity of honey is also been made, and the hive is also very small in the bushes, and hence it is known as Apis florea. Right? Small bee, smallest bee, right? Okay. Then Apis indica. Where it is known as common Indian bee. Because it is largely used in our country, largely found in our country. It's a medium sized bee, right? Commonly known as Indian bee or common Indian bee. These 3 are Apis dorsata, rock bee; Apis florea, smallest bee; Apis indica, the common Indian honeybee. There are 3 breeds known as indigenous breeds because they belong to our own native, our own country. One exotic breed, what I was telling, is about Apis mellifera, mellifera. It is mellifera. It is the European breed. European, or we can call it Italian to be more specific. Italian breed. This bee produces both good quantity and as well as good quality of honey. So all these four, Apis dorsata, Apis florea, Apis indica, Apis mellifera, when they are cultivated, particularly Apis mellifera, Apis dorsata and indica are used together to make good quantity and good quality of honey, whereas Apis florea, very small bee, and also it builds very small nest, produces less quantity of honey. They are also used separately, together also they are used, but almost 2 to 3 kinds of bees are used here. Apis mellifera, European breed or Italian breed, that's why we call it as exotic breed. It produces both good quantity and as well as good quality of honey, whereas our bees, Indian dorsata, very good large bee, it also produces very good, very thick, heavy quantity of honey rather. Apis florea and Apis indica. So these four bees are used in the production of honey artificially by the apiarist. After that they are collected, they are transferred to bottles, marketed, sold and used as food and medicine. Now, when you are rearing the honeybees, clear? What are the requirements? What sort of knowledge you require to rear honeybee? It's not Tom, Dick's and Harry's work. Any common one can't do it, right? Clear? The farmer or the apiarist, right, should have the knowledge of the breeds. Which breed should have the knowledge of their rearing. Should have the knowledge of breeding, cross-breeding, fine. And the apiary should be located where it is placed. You can't place on your rooftop and you can start production of honey. Why? Because for the production of honey, what do you need? Yes, what? Flowers, right? So apiaries should be located near the agricultural lands, right? Where you come across many flowers, economical flowers, fine, vegetable flowers, fruits flowers, and as well as wild flowers. So in that particular season, they should have the knowledge of season also. In that particular season, that particular bees produces honey. You might have noticed in mango season different honey and my favorite food, in fact, honey. I used every day rather. You also people use. It's very healthy also. So in mango season, a different flavor is produced. Different honeybees produces honey, right? So in apple season, strawberry season, and pomegranate season, but nowadays seasonless fruits we are getting, but different seasons they produce different. Right? In jungles, in forests, and in case of mountains, you get very tasty, very thick, heavy honey. So the apiary should have the knowledge of season also, and the apiary that setup apiary should be placed in and around the place where agricultural flowers are, lands are there, agricultural crops are there, right? Flowers are there, fruits are there, and then nectar is there, plants are there, wild crops, wild plants are also there, right? So this knowledge is very much required, and also the advantages of, and now we will discuss about the composition of honey. What it has, right? Honey has 42% of levulose. It's nothing but L-fructose. L-fructose, you all might have studied in first year. In biomolecules, fructose is a fruit sugar obtained from fruits. So before fruits, from the flowers, right? Levulose is obtained. It's a sugar-free sugar. Sugar-free sugar, levulose, not levulose. Levulose. 42% of levulose. 13% of, fine, clear. Maltose, right? Maltose, clear. Then sucrose, clear. Also glucose, right? Clear. Then vitamins we have, vitamins A, retinol, vitamin C, calciferol, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, vitamin D, calciferol, right? Vitamin A is required for your eyes, for eyesight. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid is required for your gums, for your bones. For your D is required for bones, for joints, right? Clear. So all these vitamins are there. Apart from that, proteins are there. Proteins are there. Around 13% water is there. Water. Fine. Clear. It has calcium. It has what? Calcium. Calciferol. It has iron. It has iron. Partly, slightly magnesium. Minerals are there. So this is the composition of honey. This is the composition of honey. And honey is a very good source of food also. Fine. It acts as a preservative also. You might have been, you might have seen, you might have noticed. Fine. Clear. In our Unani medicine, in the Indian traditional medicines, honey is used as a preservative. What is used as? It is used as preservative for many. You should not keep honey in fridge. Keep in mind, the new generation, upcoming generation, store, because honey itself acts as a preservative. But keep honey in glass bottles, not plastic bottles or steel containers. In case of glass bottles, right? Clear? You store and don't keep honey in fridge, because honey itself is a preservative. Fine, see to that. Ants are not entering into that. It's a preservative, right? Clear? What I was saying? It is used as medicine also. What is it used as? Medicine. Medicine, because it has minerals, it has proteins, vitamins, right? Used as medicine. Then royal jelly, which is a product of honey, used in paints, polishes, varnishes, acrylic paints, right? Royal jelly of honey, royal jelly of honey. Sorry, yeah, I didn't speak here. Royal jelly of honey is used in syrups. Is used in syrups of growing children, pediatric, right? For pediatric growing children, and also the syrups which are used for heart patients, because it cleared the blockage of the veins, heart patients. Then wax, I was talking about this, wax, beeswax, what we call as beeswax, right? Is used in paints, varnishes, polishes, cosmetics, in your makeup, cosmetics, in creams, in lipsticks and all those things. Beeswax is used in shoe polishes, it is used in almost all types of polishes, it is used, leather polishes, right? Then it is used in paints, particularly acrylic paints, oil paints, varnishes, right? And it is used. Then also bee venom. Venom refers to toxic compound, poison rather. It's not poison rather. It's one of the product of honey. Bee venom is used in the treatment of gout. In your first year, you might have studied in case of locomotion body movements, gouty arthritis, deposition of uric acid in the joints. What is it? That leads to gout. Gout leads to arthritis. Gouty arthritis, more common in case of males. And then also it is used as a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. Arthritis, inflammation of joints, immovable joints, inflammation, pain. They are not so free, they can't move. Arthritis, more case, it occurs more in case of females after menopause. Rheumatoid arthritis, to treat rheumatoid arthritis, to treat gout, bee venom is used. Royal jelly is used as syrups for growing children, because it acts as a very good source for the production of hormones. And the honey also has some enzymes, digestive enzymes, and also in heart patients, because it clears the blockage in the veins. So then beeswax is used. This is the economic importance of honey. Clear. Composition. Today we have discussed composition of honey, economic importance of honey, right? Practice of honeybees, types of breeds of honeybees. Breeds of honeybees can be asked in NEET question. NEET also. Definition will be asked in board exam. Economic importance of honey can be written about this. Acts as a food, used as medicine, royal jelly, beeswax, and bee venom. I hope it's clear. In the next class, tomorrow only we'll be taking more classes now from here onwards. Fine. So tomorrow we'll talk about fisheries. Fine. Keep studying. God bless you. Good luck. Take care.